Good morning. And, well, it's not really a very good morning looking at the weather outside. Okay, haven't had any specific requests for anything to deal with today. So I'm just going to go with what's occurred to me, which is the importance of our thoughts in our general health. The first therapy I ever learnt was Reiki, which, like Qigong, is all about the energy. And one of the first things you learn when you get involved with Reiki is about the 5 Reiki principles, the first 2 of which are all about not worrying and not getting angry. Now, partly this is because if you're using Reiki to help somebody else, you really don't want somebody who's healing you to be really worried about what's going on or to be getting angry, because all healing is an exercise in power, and you want someone who's exercising that sort of power to be calm. But most importantly, because Reiki is all about self-healing, it acknowledges the really detrimental effect on your overall health that negative thoughts can have. And this is something that carried through with my hypnotherapy training and into my mindfulness. There is so much evidence that what you are thinking has a real measurable effect on your health and well-being. And that's one reason why techniques like Qigong and mindfulness, especially Qigong if you're practicing it so that you're very mindful of the signals that your body is sending you, help you let go of those thoughts of things that are worrying you or things that have made you angry. And in Qigong, thought is also one way that you can direct your energy. In the painting rainbow move, I will sometimes ask you to, just gently follow the palm of your hand with your eyes, because where you look actually helps direct your energy as well as your breath. I sometimes say, imagine that you're breathing out along your arms. And that's another way that you can direct your energy. So your thoughts can be used to direct your energy, and your thoughts can also affect your energy, even if you don't intend them to. And I have the privilege of running Qigong and mindfulness sessions for people with cerebral palsy, some of whom are in wheelchairs and really can't do any movement. And I always tell them that what they do in their thoughts and with their imagination is just as important as what they might be able to do with their hands and their arms. So in today's session, what I would like to invite you to do is to, once you've got yourself into your special place and got time that you're not going to be disturbed, I want you to consciously acknowledge any issues that are causing you stress, worry, anxiety, and then actively try to let them go. During the session, I'd like to invite you to be really, really mindful of your breathing. I always say find your own breath and your own rhythm. So really focus on your breath. And do the arm movements. Obviously you'll be doing the arm movements, but keep your focus on your breath and let the arm movements be something that just happens if you possibly can. So today I want you to try to use this time to actively let go of things that are not helping you in terms of your thoughts. And I will say something that I often say at the start of my classes. The next 25-30 minutes is your time. This is time for you to use as part of your self care and your health and well-being. So this is your time for your health and well-being. And I just want you to be able to make the most of it. So keep that thought that this is something that's going to help you feel better. And just keep that in the front of your mind while we're doing the moves. Okay, having said that, I will now move backwards away from the camera so that you can see me, and we will actually start the proper session. So, I'd like to start with the bow in, because the bow in, when you do it as part of your daily practice, can become a kind of signal to the universe. Right, this is my time. This is my time for doing what I need to do for my mind and my body. So standing normally with your feet in a normal position. Bring your left hand across your body with your palm up. Bring your right hand across your body with the palm down. Clasp your arms and then bow from the waist with your eyes down in love and trust. Now obviously, a bit different doing it in a class full of people. There's probably nobody else in the room with you because there's nobody else in the room with me. But it's still an acknowledgement of love and trust that you're in a safe space. So, step out into bear stance. You know what that is by now, but I will go through it in case there's someone watching for the first time. That is feet a hip width apart, with your feet parallel, toes pointing forward, hips, knees and toes should all be in a nice line. Gently let your knees relax just a bit. Get your back straight, get your neck straight. If you can, engage these core abdominal muscles with a slight pelvic tilt. Send your awareness down to your feet. Just check that your weight is evenly distributed across both feet. And then just for a moment, before we start doing the moves, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and just breathe. Use your breath. Tune in to any signals that your body or your mind may be sending you. Maybe get a clear idea of how you want to feel at the end of this session. Then I'd like you to imagine that you're in a beautiful glass lift cage. It's looking out over the most beautiful scenery. With every breath, I'd like you to imagine that that lift car falls gently, floor by floor by floor. Maybe only half a floor, if that's all that you're comfortable with. Getting closer and closer to the ground. So when that lift car is on the ground or as close to the ground as you want to get it, gently turn your arms so that the palms of your hands are facing backwards. And with your next in-breath, just slowly let your arms float up in front of you. And as you breathe out, just let them slowly sink back down. On your own breath and your own rhythm. Don't change your breath in any way. Only move your arms as far as you can manage in one gentle, easy breath. And push yourself. Work within 70% of your maximum capacity. If at any point, anything that you're doing causes pain or discomfort, then just bring it back. And only do as much as you can do easily without causing pain or discomfort, because any pain or discomfort is a signal that the energy flow is blocked. Breathe in, let your arms float up. Breathe out and sink back down. Breathe in, arms float up. And as you breathe out, just let them slowly sink back down. And then the last time for this move. And the next in-breath, let your hands float up, but then gently turn your palms inwards so your arms spread out. And then as you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. This move is all about your chest. So as you breathe in, really try to become aware of your chest and lungs expanding. As you breathe out, be aware of that relaxation. If you like, as you breathe in, you can imagine you breathe in good and positive thoughts. And as you breathe out any stress or tension like grey smoke. Then your arms float up and spread out, and as you breathe out, it goes back in and back down. And then the last time for this move, breathe out, and let your hands float down. And the next in-breath, let your arms float up a little bit higher as you can get them, and make an arch. And as you breathe out, dip your weight gently on your left knee and let your right arm gently uncurl. Follow your palm of your hand with your eyes. Help direct the energy. And do the same on the other side. Dipping and lowering on the out breath. And everything coming back to the center on the in breath. And take your hands up as high as you're comfortable with. Your shoulders aren't happy, then just keep your hands nice and low. Not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it perfectly for you. Breathe out. One hand floats down, and as you breathe in, it comes back up to the center. And then last time for this move, as you breathe in, your hands meet at the top, then turn your palms out. As you breathe out, let your hands sweep all the way down by your side. And in breath, bring them up again. As you breathe out, you can imagine that you're maybe breathing energy along your arms and out through your hands. And be mindful of your shoulders. Only take your arms up as far as you're comfortable with. You can do a great big circle like this, nice and easily. That's great. Circle small like this, because that's all you can do, that's just as great. Whatever you're doing is great. If you're doing it, doing what's right for you. Breathe in, arms float up. Breathe out, and they sink back down. Breathe in, your arms float up. Breathe out, and they sink all the way back down. And then last time for this move. As you breathe out, bring your hands into position in front of your body, and we'll get ready to balance. As you breathe in, imagine you're smoothing around a ball of energy, and as you breathe out, let your hands float down. Or imagine that you're smoothing around a ball, and then as you breathe out, you try to push it underwater. Then the smooth be very small. Be careful to take your hand no higher than your heart. Breathe in, smooth round the ball, breathe out and push it underwater. And then the last time for this move. This time as you breathe out, just let your hands come to rest in front of your abdomen. Just for a moment, stand quiet and still and just let everything settle. Let your hands float down by your side. Bring your left foot in towards your right, and we'll bow out as we bowed in. And then I'd like you to get yourself seated and comfortable wherever you're going to do the meditation. So, the meditation will be begun and ended by the sound of the singing bowl. When you've got yourself settled, I'd like you to listen to the sound of the singing bowl. Follow the sound of the singing bowl into silence. Maybe try to find that silence inside you. Find the silence, that point where the sound fades. Maybe find that silence within yourself. Then you can close your eyes if you wish to, if it makes it easy to follow my instructions, but you don't have to close your eyes. First of all, I'd like you to focus your attention on where your body meets the chair or the stool or the bed or whatever it is that you're sitting or lying on. Become very aware of every point of contact. Really become aware of how your body is supported. Maybe imagine gravity pulling you just a little deeper in. And as you do, maybe let your shoulders relax just a little bit more. Maybe your hands and feet. Just soften. Actively try to release any tension in your body. Then I'd like you to let your attention move further inwards. And I'd like you to focus your mind and to become aware of every in-breath and every out-breath. As you do this, I want you to let go of any natural tendency to wonder if you're doing it right or to wonder if other people are doing it better. Whatever you're doing is perfect for you. Just keep your attention focused on every in-breath and every out-breath. Just notice what it is that you notice about each breath. Maybe you're aware of air moving in your nose or throat. Maybe you're aware of muscle moving, maybe in your chest or in your tummy. Maybe there is one part of the breath that calls your attention louder than any other. That's fine, just let your attention rest there. Whatever you notice is perfect for you. Now, because you've got a normal human mind, the chances are that at some point you're going to realise that your mind has done its own thing. And it's decided to wander away and think about other things. Like I said, that's normal. That's what human minds are meant to do. They're meant to think. The problem is sometimes I think things which aren't that helpful to us. And mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of what your mind is doing. So when you notice that your mind has wandered away, I don't want you to give yourself a black mark or tell yourself off or be critical. I want you to congratulate yourself because you've noticed what your mind is doing. Whatever it's been wandered away to, acknowledge it, and then gently lead your mind back to focusing on your breath. Because right here, right now, all you need to worry about is just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Because right here, right now, is all about you. It's all about you in this room. And nothing else matters. So every time you discover that your mind has wandered away, just as many times, just lead your mind back to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. And it really doesn't matter how many times you have to do them. The important thing is not that you follow these instructions 100% perfectly. The important thing is that you're aware of what your mind is doing. And when it's thinking thoughts that are not being helpful, gently lead it back so you're focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. It's right here, right now. That's all you need to do, is just focus on your breath. There is a lot of movement associated with breathing. Maybe you can feel air moving in your nose or throat, or maybe you're aware of the movement of muscles. But now I'd like to invite you, if you can, to just become aware of that moment of stillness in between each breath. And your in-breath becomes an out-breath. Your out-breath becomes an in-breath. And just for a moment, everything is still. And you become aware of that point of stillness. Don't hold your breath or extend that moment in any way. Just become aware of that moment of stillness. Stillness is something that can be very hard to find in today's world. And maybe it's something that you find difficult to find. Or maybe you'll be intrigued by the thought that this moment of stillness that you've become aware of happens hundreds of times every day, whether you realise it or not. Maybe as you become aware of that moment of stillness now, that is something that you can do any time. Use your breath like an anchor. Let that anchor focus your attention to that moment of stillness. And that's something that you can do any time you need to. Maybe you could imagine that every time that moment of stillness happens, even when you're not aware of it, it puts a tiny, tiny drop of stillness into that place inside you where you keep all your good feelings. Because we all have a place where we keep good feelings. A place that we can go to when we need that feeling, if life becomes challenging. And it's filled with stillness, calmness, peacefulness, confidence. All the feelings that we can need when life decides to throw challenges at us. So I want you to find that place now. And with your next in-breath, I'd like you to imagine that you breathe down into that place. And as you breathe out, your breath will carry with it that feeling that you need right here, right now. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine that feeling being spread around the whole of your body. So that after 3 or 4 gentle, easy breaths, the whole of your body is filled with that good feeling. All the way from the top of your head, down and all the way down to the soles of your feet. And then maybe you can start to bring the whole of your body into your awareness. And notice that it's filled with this good feeling, and notice how good that makes you feel. And then, as your awareness continues to move outwards, I'm going to ask you to listen to the sound of the singing bowl again. If you have your eyes shut, keep them shut until the bowl has sounded for the 3rd time. But as you bring your mind back to normal awareness. I'd like to keep at the front of it the thought that you can take this good feeling with you through the rest of your day. So that was a little bit different. I hope you found it interesting, helpful, enjoyable. Now, I always say that if people come into my Qigong and mindfulness sessions feeling all, I hope that at the end they leave feeling, and I hope that's true for you as you've been watching this video. Thank you very much for watching it. I will be back this time next week. And if you have anything particular that you'd like me to cover or to talk about in next week's video, you know how to contact me. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.